think we're good. Get my hair out of the way. Right over top here. Alright. I think we're okay. Camera C? Camera C? Ah. There we go. Alrighty. Somebody said good afternoon. Good afternoon. Alright, I'm gonna bring some of this water over here. And today we're actually gonna have a really sad throwing day. Today we have to use porcelain. Just the worst material ever. Which one are we gonna use? This one? Or the other stuff? I guess we'll use this one. So we ran out of clay, so we don't have any more clay now. So we'll be using porcelain. This is gonna be miserable, yo. I feel like it's just not all porcelain, it's just this porcelain I have. I feel like it almost feels like powder. It doesn't even feel like clay. It's just such a weird, you know, like, whatever. Let's get into it. Wedging table? Wedging table? Okay. I'm gonna cut through. Open this up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut across. Maybe like here. I'll set that over on the side. And what is going on here? Look at these weird lines on the inside. Also, I am going to be using my same dirty stoneware water, so the porcelain is not going to be clean. We'll just try this out with just this size first, and we'll see how we do. I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be a little bit too much. Well, let's just try it out, right? I still need to do the intro, so maybe I just wedge them all up. Do you eat clay? Have I eaten clay before? Yes. I will not be eating this clay though. This clay's been sitting in that bag for probably maybe almost years. This is some clay from a whole entire. It's from this guy that I was doing some work for. I was doing some reclaim and mixing glazes for him, and he had a couple of bags of clay of porcelain that he's been holding on for a couple of years, and so then he gave me one of them. So I feel like I'd get really sick from this stuff specifically. But this is porcelain, so if you struggle with throwing with porcelain, First, I would say just don't throw with porcelain. I'm such a porcelain hater. But hopefully, I can get the hang of it today and give you guys some tips on working with porcelain, right? Okay. Pottery shelf. Camera A. We'll get this thing spinning over here. Where would be a good place to start in ceramics? Like, are you saying specifically throwing on the wheel or just ceramics in general? If it's thrown on the wheel, I would say take a class maybe and try to test it out. And if you, after that class, you feel like you're really devoted to it, I'd say get a really cheap wheel, and then just do it every day. I think that's a good way to start. I wouldn't even worry about firing the objects and finishing them. I would just worry about getting the making part down. And if it's hand building, I mean, you could just go outside to like a creek and then, you know, reclaim some clay and process it, you know, and then just start making stuff with that. Oh yeah, I need to get some more water. Alrighty. There we go. I'm ready here. I'll pop over. Here we go, guys. Green on. Good morning, chili dogs. What you focus on grows. Feed them horses. We got 3 more pots coming at you guys today, so I'm gonna get right into that. It's a little bit sad I ran out of clay, and so now I'm on my clay reserves, you know, like on a motorcycle or something. You hit the little reserve switch in the gas to get you where you need to be to get some more gas. I'm on that right now, so I'm throwing with porcelain. I hate throwing with porcelain. I feel like it's an L clay body. Gets an L. Anyway, guys, I'll see you over there in a second. Green off. Camera C. Let's got our little shoesies back on. And we gotta reach over. We gotta hit the power button. There we go. Okay. The music, I feel like could be a little bit louder too. I feel like that's a good vibe. Maybe it's a little bit too loud. I need to be loud enough that I can hear. But yeah, I was not expecting the green screen over the wheel. Alrighty. We'll start off with a large chunk so we can get a gauge on what we're going to be dealing with today. Right? Tilt this over a little bit. Get some water here. Okay, get all that off. Wipe my hands on my pants. Here we go. Camera B. All right. Push down. All right, a little bit of water. I'm gonna be pushing my left hand forward. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Oh no. I just don't like the way it feels. Like, it feels like there's no grog. Like, I don't feel like my hands are getting sanded down. I just realized today's gonna be a lot of complaining. Alright, camera A. Camera A. DK, what's up? New clay body. Yeah, it's porcelain. I hate throwing with porcelain. Alright, right at the base. You're gonna be smooth here. Wherever you have that wobble, just go down with that right hand and slowly bring that up. Smooth like cream cheese, no grog. Yeah. We love the grog, yo. Team grog. Alright, now we're slowly bring this up. Get some water on the top here. Maybe pushing my right hand in just a little bit. And you can see it's starting to tear right there, so we're going to swap over. Camera C. Have your hammer fist right on top. I'm slowly trying to bring that down. I just want to make sure I don't fold this over, right? This underneath here can't be like soft clay that's getting folded over. It really needs to be, the clay needs to come from the middle outward. It can't fold. Does that kind of make sense? There we go. All right, I think we did a pretty good job there. Always remember, always making sure that left hand's right on that third over there, and then slowly pushing down, and then slowly walking this back. That clay's coming to the outside there. It's gonna hit your palm, and that's how you're recentering everything, right? A little water right on this inside, having our fingers go right down in that middle there, checking for rabbits. No rabbits right away. Fill up that pond, you know, can't have the tadpoles be drying out. Slowly take my knuckle backwards here, right? Okay. Again, we're going to take our finger. We're trying to use the fingertip, and we're going to be cutting across that base. That's how we're going to be opening up that clay there, right? Maybe trying to round this out just a tad because this top side wants to kind of fold over. Oh yeah, we're getting ready for the llama. How'd you know? How'd you know, DK? It's almost like you've been watching the stream a couple times. Alright, but right now we're just trying to smooth out this base because we don't want to go too thick on the base here, right? There's one air bubble right on that, but it's in that floor, so we're going to be okay. Again, we're rounding this off, and then we're gonna go talk to our best friend. Friend of the stream's coming in. Hey guys, it's me, Llama here. We're gonna get right into it with another little poll here. We're doing a llama poll to get our volcano. See you in a second. Camera B. So the llama's gonna bite down on that rim, and then slowly walking backwards. Right? Across that center point. That's what's going to get you your little volcano here, right? Somebody asked me what I do for a living. I'm a pottery teacher. I teach at a couple different art centers. Right at that bottom base, slowly take my knuckle. I'm going to be slowly pushing in. That's that first pole. And again, the first couple poles, we're really trying to just equalize that clay. Especially now, we can't go too thin with this porcelain, right? Because it just has no grog in it, right? And so it's not going to have as much sturdy or structural integrity. Getting right down to this bottom edge here. Our second pole. We're gonna have one more pole here for the height. We got to be careful. This is where things right now, I mean, it's pretty much on center, but usually during this last pole here, that's when things are gonna get we're, you know, kind of bringing it to its limit a little bit as far as thinness. So we might get a little wobble, but we're not going to freak out when we get that wobble, right? Right down to this base. Always find this bump, like a slug going to his next meal. You walk that bump up, right? Kind of hit a little notch on that top, so I kind of got a little bit too thin. You can even see that right there. This for sale? No. I don't sell any of my stuff. Alright. Right down to this bottom. Getting some of this water out, right? And the thing with porcelain is really that it just doesn't want to be your friend, right? Like, imagine, you know, clay is like Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? Your porcelain is like your water benders, and everybody knows that water benders are literally the worst, right? They don't got it cruising, you know? Like firebenders, cool, their outfits are epic, right? Airbenders, man, Aang, come on. You get over to your earthbenders, that's like your stoneware, yo. Earthbenders, I think, are just the coolest out of all of them. Waterbenders, though, waterbenders, the porcelain users. Alright, right down to this bottom base here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be more lighter with your pressure when you get up, right? It's not very drastic on this middle, right? And so do you see how it's not really going in as much? If I wanted to twist lower, right? Waterbenders can control blood. Yeah, only some of them. You know what I mean? And only some of them can turn their water into ice, right? And so I feel like you can't make a... I'm talking about generalizations here, right? On general, I feel like most earthbenders would clap a waterbender, right? A little bit of water on this top. But bloodbenders are cool. Slowly right in on this top. A little bit of pressure outwards. You can see how it slowly twists that up, right? I'm gonna slow down. Now you ready? I'm gonna kiss this rim. There you go. So, porcelain tree with some stoneware drips on it. Again, I'm not going to clean my water. It's my subtle way to disrespect the porcelain, right? Oh, somebody asked me, is the clay body a lot softer than the other one? Yeah, and even this clay, it's kind of hard, like, it's hard in dryness, right? Like, this stuff is actually pretty hard, but as soon as you get water working with it, it is so soft. It kind of feels like, you know those sticky hands that you'd get at like an arcade when you were a kid, and you just like throw it around and it get lost, or your mom would like throw it away or some shit? Like, it has that same squishiness to it. It's so weird. It feels like jelly. A bit of water. Popping up this little edge here, about the skirt of the tree. Somebody said, completely pointless pot. Yeah, they're not functional. I don't make functional things, really. That's not my vibe. Okay. I think on this one, we'll do some... Where's my wire tool at? What the heck? Probably do some tendrils on this one. I will say cutting the tendrils With stoneware, there's some resistance on the wire, but with the porcelain, there's no resistance on the wire. It like literally cuts through, even though it's like thinner on these tendrils here. So that's interesting. Alright, here we go. Curl this around. Another one. With the tendrils, it's always you want to touch them as little as possible. They turn out better that way. I'm curling this one up. Maybe over here I'll have that one. Pull this one off. Okay. I'm going to slowly bring these in. Okay. That's pot number 1, guys. I'll see you in a second. Earthbenders didn't actively nerf themselves and move the ground from under their opponents. Dang. Ray's thought about this, yo. I never even thought about that personally. I do think, you know, they are nerfing themselves. They can make total earthbended, like encampments too. Good luck, waterbenders, you know? Or firebenders, what are you gonna do? Make a fire tent? No way. Alright, I'll see you guys in a second. Goated 1. There we go. We gotta actually get some of this rounded off here, so hold on 1 second, guys. Somebody asked, what type of pottery wheel would I recommend? I kind of like the Shimpo Alpine wheel for a starting wheel. It's small, you can kind of bring it around wherever you want. That way you can know if you like it. But if you're not, I'd get a Brent wheel. I feel like they're a little bit louder, but I don't really mind. How often do you go and fire my pots? I don't fire them. I don't fire any of them. You'll see in a second. You ready? Camera C. Pottery shelf. Pottery shelf. Camera B. But those ones in the background, those are all ones I don't fire. Don't fire any of them. It's all about the making of them, right? They did show earthbenders messing up their opponent's movements by shifting. Yeah, but I feel like they could have done it more often. You know, like, I think instead of like shooting a rock at somebody, you just get the ground from right underneath them. Like, is there a range? You know what I mean? Can I be moving mountains? Like, what's the distance? Is it a football field away? You know? But we'll see. Alright, camera A. So you said I could put chia seeds on them and they look cool. Yeah, I'm just not a plant person. I don't really like plants too much. I feel like anytime I've had plants, it's because people are like moving away and they're like, could you be a plant dad for a little bit? And I'm like, sure. And then I end up killing all their plants. bring this down. Wherever you see that wobble, you're gonna slowly lower your right hand down there and then bring it back up to that top hand there. Then we're gonna swap over to camera C. Grab your hammer fist right on top. All right. Again, just going down. There we go. A little bit of water. Always keeping my left hand on that third over there and slowly bring that clay out. And there we go. Okay, got one more. Just want to make sure I want to get it as centered as possible, because once you mess up with porcelain, you're kind of in a bad spot, right? And kind of what do I mean by that is, with stoneware, the clay has some stiffness to it because there's so much grog, and so it's going to be a little bit more sturdy. So instead of like when it messes up, you can kind of just continue. Where if this messes up, there's no sturdiness in that mess up, so it usually likes to fumble in that area, right? A little bit of water right on this inside here. So here we go. A little bit of water on that interior. I'm going to slowly take my finger. I'm going to cut across this base. I'm going to open that up. There we go. Right. Smooth out that base too. And we got to make sure we don't smooth out or fold any clay over onto that bottom edge. That can cause some troubles later on, right? Here we go. Got a little bit of water. Gonna get ready. Llama's here, guys. Hello, it's me, Mr. Llama. We're gonna get into it with another volcano. We've only done one volcano this stream. We have 2 more to do. We're gonna do one right now and one afterwards. See you guys in a second. Camera B. And the key with llama here is once he bites on this rim, you're slowly walking the llama back as your left hand is slowly pushing forward. And the key is that you want to just bring that top part inward, right? And so now you have your volcano. Do I make things other than pots and vases? I don't really make pots and vases. I just make trees. What camera do I use? I use a couple of them. But the Panasonic camera is the one that you're seeing now. Got a GoPro on my head. Got some Sony camera over there. I got a webcam. Got a couple of things cruising. But you'd be surprised. Some things can look pretty good with just good lighting, you know. You can get a really nice camera, but if your lighting is dog water, it's gonna be a sad day. Also, I'm starting to notice, we'll swap over. Camera C. Camera C. Okay. I'm getting kind of low on clay. Or, well, not clay, on water here. Fill this up. Alright, great. Bring this right over to the edge here. What system is switching the cameras for you? I'm using OBS. It's a streaming thing, right? I do what in Blender? You're talking about the 3D animating thing? Oh. Alright, camera B. Camera B. There we go. Finger's gonna push down first with that base slowly, and we're not trying to do anything crazy. I just have a subtle bump. You can see this little mini bump. We're just trying to get the walls pretty even for the final pull that we'll be doing here in a second. There you go. Can I make pots in less than 1 minute? Oh, yo, I'm so glad you asked. All right, let's find the video. Camera A. Can I make a pot in less than a minute? Let's see. Here we go. Turn that up. Here we go. 1 minute.
The cycle of life can be cruel. The cycle of life can be cruel. A turn, 1 minute, 1 minute, turn, 1 minute, cruel. A turn, 1 minute, 1 minute, turn, 1 minute, be cruel. A turn, 1 minute, 1 minute, turn, 1 minute, be cruel. A turn, 1 minute, 1 minute, turn, 1 minute, be cruel. A turn, 1 minute, 1 minute, turn, 1 minute, be cruel. A turn, 1 minute, 1 minute, turn, 1 minute, be cruel. A turn, 1 minute, 1 minute, turn, 1 minute, be cruel. A turn, 1 minute, 1 minute, turn, 1 minute, be cruel. A turn, made it to the water. A turn, made it to the water. The cycle of life can be cruel. The cycle of life can be cruel.
So the answer is yes, I can make pots in less than a minute. Thank you for asking. I got like 150 of these little pottery edits, so sometimes when people they say things, I can be like, oh yeah, sure. All right, right down to the bottom. We're gonna go over to camera B. Right down, slowly take your hand up and find this bump, right? And like a slug trying to find his next meal, you're just gonna walk this bump up. Don't freak out. If you see a wiggle, you see a bump, keep on cruising all the way to the top. You're gonna loosen up your tension, maybe slow down a little bit. Look at that one, guys. Here we go. Somebody asked me if I can make a pot in less than 1 minute. I just did that. Is that the same person or is that a different person? Were you not here for that? I'm not playing again. Do I live stream on Twitch or anything? Well, I would, but you gotta see. So right now, do you see how the thing is vertical? I feel like that makes the most sense for what I'm doing, right? Like a horizontal thing where you can see like my knees and this empty space next to me doesn't really make sense. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do the vertical thing. What platforms have vertical streaming? Instagram. Okay, well the algorithm sucks for streaming, right? And then you got TikTok. I don't want to do TikTok. No shade towards TikTok, I just don't want to do it. And then on YouTube, and I'm like, all right, YouTube sounds like it's a okay thing, so I just do this on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna push this base down a little bit and then out, right? Okay, so here we go. Lighten it up as you get to the top here. And then wherever you want it to twist down, right? We're also going to make sure make sure they're all at an even spot here. Sometimes they don't get as even. Make sure I'm down. I'm going to bring this in this middle maybe, right? Because I want it to collapse in this middle. Some water on my finger there. Okay. A little bit of water on this top edge here. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on outward. And so you see how slowly twisting that up. I'm going to hook my fingers ever so slightly and bring them out and watch that just twist on up. Chill out when I get to this top rim. Smooth, kiss that rim, and there we go. So look at that. Okay. how did this all start for you? The beginning of pottery for you. Well, I wanted to be an animator, and it didn't really, I went to school and I saw what I had to do, and I was like, all right, I can't do that. I gotta pivot to something else real quick. Looking back on it, I feel like I probably should have just left that school, right? But I'm a little bit stubborn. So then I became a drawing major, and I did a lot of charcoal drawings. And then during my junior year, I finished probably my favorite charcoal drawing, and I was like really excited about it. It was like this large, very Schmiegel-esque, gothic drawing, right? And I finished it, and I wasn't feeling too good about it. I told my dad I wasn't feeling too good about it. Then he sent me the song No Woman, No Cry by Bob Marley, and I was like, what the heck? And then at that moment I knew I had to quit drawing. And then I was like, all right, well, whatever I do next, I can't give up on. And I started I took a pottery class, and I realized I could do it all day. And so then I just kept on doing it all day, and that brought me to this point now. And so I'm just gonna keep on doing it. What else do we have here? Alright. But that flashy background means I can't. Sorry. I feel like you have like epilepsy or something. I'm going to take this, I'm going to curl this up. So we're doing a double tendril here. The key with the double tendrils is you really want to make sure that they're doing their thing. Kind of launching up the side of the pot, perhaps making the pot look a little bit less like a pot and maybe something more a little bit gestural, right? These don't become patterns no longer, they're more of appendages. Look at that. Alrighty. Here we go. Right down to the bottom. Sweet. Look at that. I love just the way this looks on the side here. It's almost like it's dancing. It has its arm over. Like, camera A. Camera A. Like it's like. Right? It has that vibe. So funny. Alright. Give you guys another pottery edit here, so goated 1. Alright, there we go. You're saying that airbenders are mainly the best assassins, astronauts. Yeah, I feel like earthbenders, like, you could just make whole cities, you know? You don't have a house? That's okay. You just say, house time. You just like make a house for yourself. I feel like it'd be lit, right? Somebody asked if my hands get soggy. Yeah, my hands get soggy. After I'm done throwing, I feel like I've been in a hot tub or something. They don't get like pruny, but they just have that feeling, like, it just feels weird. Camera C. Camera B. Here we go. I feel like today's pots are a little bit basic, you know? Maybe I can do something. Well, I feel like I should just be happy because I'm using porcelain, I'm getting results. I feel like half the time when I use porcelain, it's just not a fun time. Alright, hand going in, left hand pushing, right against that right hand that's just standing there. That's the wall, right? Somebody said, much respect for what I do. Thank you, I appreciate that. A little bit of water. Somebody said, do I have an assistant? Do I need one? No, I don't have an assistant. I feel like it'd be kind of cool if I had an assistant, but I don't know. I don't make money from this, so I can't pay nobody, right? Camera A. Camera A. All right. You guys ready? The water. Slow motion time. Right up. You're gonna tilt this over. You're gonna have your right hand down wherever that's wobbling, and then you're gonna slowly feed that right up to the other hand, right? And we're gonna go down, and we're gonna get ready. We're gonna feed that up to that other hand. So yeah, so I sell my work? Nope, I don't sell anything. Okay, camera C. Camera C. Oh! No! Curse batteries, yo. Sorry, guys. So sad. Camera B. Can we get an F in the chat for camera C? So sad. I hate batteries, yo. Thank you. So funny, yo. I literally hate when that happens, y'all. Alright, we're gonna swap over camera A. And we'll get back on the top hands here. So, wheel. There we go. Again, I have my hammer fist coming down. I'm slowly pushing that outwards. And that's how I'm gonna keep that on center. Great. I'm gonna take my two thumbs here. I'm gonna make a little divot, have some water in there. I think if it's like a little pond with tadpoles, you can't have them drying out. Right down, checking for rabbits as you go along. Rabbits are little air bubbles. You wanna make sure you pop through them with your finger, really. Try to think about your fingers about being a cutting tool rather than like a pushing tool. All right, now you're gonna hook your fingers. You know, I always say it's like, who's the best villain in Peter Pan? Captain Hook. You're always gonna grab your Captain Hook here, and you're gonna claw and cut through that clay. It should feel like butter, right? And so I just have it right on the tip of my finger there, and I'll show you the tip of my finger here in a second. Do you see how, I don't know if you guys can see, there's no clay on that tip of that finger there, right? Look where all the clay is building up is right in that, right behind where those fingertips are, right? And so I think a lot of times people use the pads of their fingers rather than the tips of their fingers to cut through. So they end up pushing, and when you push that clay, you're actually having to battle the weight of it. But when you cut through it, you know, you're using the wheel to like literally use your finger as like a needle tool or something to cut through. Think like a water jet cutter. How come water can cut through steel, you know? Very focused point, right? With some force, right? Touching as little surface area as possible, and it's like a little bead, like a laser, you know, almost like a lightsaber. Okay, so something I'm noticing right now, so I gotta make sure I bring this down a little bit, and I'm kind of push this in before I bring out the llama here, guys. Might just pick up pottery because of me. Cool. If you have questions along your journey, I mean, even if you like, I don't know, if you made a video on YouTube and like tagged me, I don't even know if I can see the tag things, but I would look at it. Alright, here we go. Hey guys, me, Llama here. This is the last volcano of the day. Let's see how we're cruising. Right now, it's not perfectly centered, but usually during our pulls, we can figure it out. But first off, we gotta get that volcano. Camera B. Right down to the bottom edge. Llama bites right on that top, and slowly is walking that clay back towards myself, as my left hand is kind of pushing forward to bring that in, right? A little water. Now we got our volcano. I'm always worried your hair will get stuck in the pottery. My hair does get stuck in the pottery. I feel like I have some stuck in there now. Is this one maybe? Yeah, it's okay. It just means the ends of your hair die, that's all. Like the ends of my hair are really, really dry. Alright. I'm gonna take our finger. We're slowly push our right hand in, and we're gonna try to make sure that if there's anything that's kind of wobbly, we're trying to cut through it with those fingers, right? And so this top part totally seemed chill. The bottom part still is a little bit, what would I say? A little bit wobbly there, right? And so it's really all about that base. Once you get that base tamed, you're really in a good spot. Do these things have a name? Yeah, I call them my trees. Okay, again, push my finger in. I'm gonna slowly take my fingers on the interior right above the finger on the exterior. You see that little bump? Then you just walk that little bump upwards, right? So you can see how it wasn't centered before the volcano, but through the volcano we can really get things back on center through the polling, right? Okay, a little bit of water. So because I've learned that you don't sell your art, what do you do with all the trees you make? Camera A. Camera A. What's it called? Pottery shelf. Pottery shelf. I just keep them all around, and then if I go over to instrumentality, see. So what I do here is I have a bunch of them. I fill rooms, right? So this is a bedroom that I filled up. I also have a dining room and living room that's totally full of pots as well. So they're all unfired and they literally just sit there. That's it. So hold on. Let's spin it around there. Alright. So watch the sponge. Watch how I pick this up. So cool, right? Like that. I feel like it's those moments that I feel like I like imagine I'm like watching. You ever watch Happy Days, the show, and the Fonz and Happy Days? Those are moments that make me feel like I'm the Fonz. Love you have voice commands for your setup. Well, it's because I have clay all over my hands. I can't really, you know, swap it out. Alright. Finger coming in at this base. Slowly popping that out above it. As you can see, now I have this bump. I'm slowly walking up, right? And I gotta be careful because right now if I'm looking at that bottom, the bottom looks like it's gonna wanna get a little bit wobbly. But again, we're just keeping this pole, this little bump, you know, it's the gift from the clay. It's that quest the clay gives us all the way to the top. We're keeping it defined all the way through the pole, right? That's really what we do there. All right, camera B. All right. There we go. Okay. Just getting that base ready here. You guys ready? Right down to this base. Bring this in lower. Okay, hold on, I gotta go back around. I was going a little bit too fast on my wheel there. And so if we want it to collapse in the middle, we're gonna push our finger in there just a little bit more. And then we're gonna look at this top. The top looks okay. So here we go, a little bit of water. Start pushing this outward a little bit. So watch that twist up. That rim. There we go. Alrighty. Call that pole the spider pole, you know? What tips would I give to a starter? It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be angry at the material, right? Because that's what gives it like value, right? Like when you fail and you fail and you fail and you feel like you just gotta quit, and then all of a sudden, you know, you keep at it, and then you get one that turns out, you feel like a true sense of glory, right? And so if you stick with it, it's really rewarding. But if you're not a stubborn person, or if you really struggle with like mind over matter kind of situations, then it's going to be difficult for you, right? Always go slow too, and it shouldn't feel like you have to push very hard, right? Always try to incorporate your body weight, right? I cut the round top off, or will it stay like that? No, it'll stay like this. So I call these my tree forms, right? How many of these have you made, and why only these, and why are you not selling? Okay, I've made 1,025, 26, 27. 1,027, right? That's how many I've made. What was your other question? Why only these? Because I told myself almost a year ago that I would keep making them. Sylvia's back with the cool typeface again. And then your last one is, why am I not selling? Because once you start selling things, at least in my personal opinion, what I think happens is you start making things to sell rather than making things to follow some little trail, right, in your mind, right? I like finding these little paths in the brain and just kind of seeing them out, right? All right. All right, here we go. Wait. Oh, no, we gotta do petals on this one. Hold on. Kind of mess this one up, dang it. That's okay. Gotta make sure it's a little bit thick on these ones, so I'm not really wanting to fold properly. Oh well. Kind of looks a little weird now, but that's alright. It wasn't an even number on the bottom. I think I probably got like 11 or something, and whenever it's not an even number, you kind of have to force the petal. It usually doesn't turn out the best. But we did do tendrils on the other ones, so this time I want to do some petals. Anyway, here we go. Goated 1.
What do you know? What the hell do you actually know about me, huh? Nothing! I'll tell you what kind of man I really am. I have no strength, but I want it all. I have no knowledge, but all I do is dream. There's nothing I can do but struggle and fail like an idiot.
I'll probably have this one next. I kind of like this one, right? When I saw, what's your name? Jaden, when I saw you said that you subscribed, I thought it said you subscribed from McDonald's. I was like, whoa, no way. All right, camera A. How's that looking, guys? I feel like the vibes are feeling kind of nice. All right. What are they? Just art? No, I don't make art. How I described it is, all right. So say you're missing something in your life. All right, here, let me get over there and do it. Okay. All right, guys, send me some energy. I need energy. I gotta shrink myself down. It's really difficult for me. Since my superpowers, they only manifest when people send me energy. So send me some energy. Green on. Not enough energy, guys. Green on. We're here. All right, so what was I saying before, right? So somebody has asked me, is this just for art purposes? No. So say, what do you call somebody who maybe they find that they're struggling with obesity or something, right? And they want to start running every single day, right? And so they run every single day, right? But their goal is to fix something that they thought they were lacking, right? Would you call that person a runner? I'm not so sure, because I feel like they're just trying to fix something that they thought that they were lacking before, right? And so in the same exact way, for me, Like these forms are that, right? They're not for art, they're not for function, they're for me trying to move past or move through something that I thought that I was lacking, right? I always struggled with adversity. Whenever something would come my way, I would just cower away and kind of give up on things. Always. That was always my first response to that stuff. But when it came to this pottery stuff, I said, all right, no more. No matter what, I'm gonna keep at it. That's why yesterday was my anniversary of making videos every single day, right? That's the birthday of the Pottery Demon channel was yesterday, right? And so now I have until, it wasn't August 10th, it's August 20th is when I've made 3 of these trees every day, recorded them, and posted about them, you know? So it's like all about doing it every single day, even on the days, you know, hey, it's Christmas, you know, you got to spend time with family. No. Sorry, fam. I'm going to get right back down here and I got to do my shit, right? Or, you know, it's my birthday, my real birthday, right? What am I going to do? I'm going to get back down here. I'm going to go to work, right? And so that's kind of the whole entire process of it, right? But anyway, let's get right into the review here of the pots. I feel like this one right here, I'm not liking it, to be honest. I think the petals, I should have just left them as the tick marks. I normally count, but I was trying to feel the beat a little bit too much, and in doing so, I got an odd number instead of even, and I thought I had an even number, so I tried to do the petals, but they didn't line up really nice, and so I'd give this one kind of a low score. I do think it's kind of nice when I look at the middle part, when I go upwards towards that twist. I think I kind of like the tightness of it compared to the other ones. I think there's a nice tightness to that one, and it also goes out a little bit wider. I kind of like how gradual it goes out on that top, and so there's some good qualities about this. I'm just not totally obsessed with it, right? We're gonna get over to this one over here. I think this one is probably maybe my favorite one of the day, right? I kind of like this one because I thought that the tendrils started functioning as like appendages here, and so it looks like it's dancing, you know? And so I think I kind of like that one because it's breaking away from the pattern, like what we see on the top on the bottom, and kind of bringing it more into that gestural, sculptural realm, right? Go over to the top here. The top one, man, that's just a basic tree. There's nothing too crazy about that one, you know? But today we were working with porcelain. I hate porcelain. Porcelain, big thumbs down from me, you know? I always think that stoneware with that grog, that's where it's at. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the best, strong mentality, and we'll give you one more goated one.
Vou deixar sua bunda arder, vou dar tapa pra caralho.
Alright, sorry guys, I gotta move this one, it's kind of in the way. I guess we'll set it down here, but I kind of hate sitting them on the ground. Okay, that's fine. Alright, do you guys have questions at all? If I missed your question or something during the, oh yeah, green off. Green off. I gotta turn this camera off too. Any questions? You can ask me some questions I didn't get to during the stream. Sometimes if I get too into it and people are chatting a lot during that spot, I'll miss it out on answering. Okay. Somebody said, so this isn't clay, it's porcelain. I guess I should, I still don't really know. What I'm aware of is that porcelain, like porcelain ware, is a type of ceramic objects, right? But I think nowadays it's used more as like to describe like a white clay body is usually seen as porcelain. But a lot of porcelains are kind of fake porcelains now. They're actually like a stoneware. So I think I'm not too sure about the wordage of porcelain. All I know is that most people, if they were to see that in the pottery world, would call that porcelain. Another one? No, that's just my stuff for today. I have to get ready for work here in a little bit. DK says, congrats on the masa and great job sticking with the daily discipline. Few people can. Thank you, DK. That's very kind of you to say that. Have I ever tried to make petals on the top? Yeah, I've done. I think I have those ones upstairs. But I've done petals on the top before, on the rim. It's only sometimes you have to really it has to be super sturdy on that base, and then you need to have it almost perfectly centered on that top, which is kind of difficult, right? How long does it take before I fire them? I don't fire these ones, but to get ready for them to be fired, I would say like five days of drying. These ones specifically, yeah, maybe like 5 days. Sometimes the moisture, when I close that middle part in, it really locks a lot of moisture on that bottom part of that vessel there. Suppressed with your perseverance. I get bored so easily. Maybe I should also find your interest. Yeah, I totally. Drama queen. This is what I'll say. I'll say that, like for me, my biggest hope for this channel, like I always say this, is that you just turn off my stream and you just go attack something that you think is valuable for you, right? Like, if I can inspire someone to follow something that they're interested in, to like open up their own path, that's like the main thing, right? Because that's what I'm trying to do. So like, I hope that other people can find it. I find a lot of value in it personally. Thank you, Sylvia. Do I ever glaze them and keep them? I have a bunch of stuff that's glazed like over on those shelves, but that's not from this project. Those are older stuff, I have a bunch of stuff upstairs too, but personally I don't. That's just not my thing right now. A lot of potters, they call themselves process-based artists, right? But I would say that, just because there's a process doesn't mean your art is about like the process itself. Does that make sense? Even though you indulge in a process, doesn't make your work about process. And so I think that realistically, for me, a lot of people get blinded by the artifact, right, of the process, right? And so when you make something, you make it because you want that final thing. Even though there's a process, it's not about the process, it's about that final thing. For me, it really is about the time I'm spending right now, right on this wheel, right? So I don't fire or glaze them yet. Maybe one day I'll have a moment where it's just all about glazing, and I'll just glaze everything. Any advice on second and third pulls on tall pots? I find the technique very hard on tall pots when your two hands can't touch. Yeah, I think realistically what I would say first is you almost want to do your pull kind of like the letter J, if that makes sense, right? So if you're pulling over here, don't type as much, just pause on the comments because I'm trying to get to everything, and if people keep commenting, I'm not going to be able to, I'm going to miss some questions. So, but anyway, I'm going to have my knuckle right on this base, and so I'm pushing in, and look where my hand's at. It's at 5 o'clock. Look at my elbow. Do you see my elbow's kind of tucked into my body here? And so if I'm at 5 o'clock and I start pulling both hands this up, I have my two fingers on that inside, kind of pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. What I'm thinking about when I go up taller and taller, our hands are wanting to drift with the spinning of the wheel outward, right? And then look at my elbows now. Do you see how they're kind of like off, right? Well, if you keep that in and you can kind of keep this up, look at where my thing is now. I'm going maybe towards 6 o'clock when I'm going all the way up. So it's kind of like this J shape, right? All the way towards 6. So 5 to 6, keeping that in, keeping that arm tucked in. And then how I like to think about my elbow is there's a string that's on the other side or in the corner of the room that's kind of pulling it up like I'm a puppet, right? And so that's how this one goes, right? It's kind of loose down here, right? But it's locked up on that elbow up there, right? That's kind of how I think about pulling. So try that out, right? Also, thank you for showing out with the questions. Is this all I make? Yep. This is all I make. I make these trees. I mean, I make other stuff like this is just for this channel. This is all I make right now is the trees. But I make all sorts of stuff. Like when I teach classes, I don't teach people how to make pottery trees. I teach them like normal stuff, right? How many pots have I think I've made my whole life? Maybe around 7,000. I'm still a young person, you know, so I got a lot more time to go, but maybe around 7,000 pots. Kind of remind you of mangrove trees. Yeah, you know, some people have also said they kind of look like baobab trees, so that's kind of interesting. All right, yep, I'll see you later, Sylvia. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, we got sweet. We got a lot of likes, I guess. Drop out of the stream for a bit. How did the porcelain go? It went pretty good. Here. Wedging table. Wedging table. So those are the ones from today. I got one more down here. But I think my favorite one, I'll show you the favorite one of today then. I think this one is the favorite of today. I think it just has like some good energy to it. The white really contrasts off my shirt. I never even thought about that. So that's kind of cool. The video art is the gig. Wait, I don't know what you mean by that, Bella. Dude, I'm a metal sculptor, just getting into working with clay and pottery. It kind of seems boring and limited, but you have inspired me to and showed me a whole nother side of pottery world. Matter of fact, yo, I'm so excited you said that, because I think too, like if you look up #pottery, you're either gonna see like a bunch of like thirst trap things. That's like when I cone up, I feel like why people always spam Drake in the comments too is because they see other like pottery content that's like about that stuff, right? So then it's kind of like trained to people that that's what you should see. Or you know, you type in #pottery and you just see like you know, like a bunch of the same objects over and over and over again, where I feel like there's so much more creative liberty that you have on the wheel. And so I think you just kind of have to discover it. It takes a little bit of time to find your own area though, you know. Somebody says please shout out. Okay, shout out. Not the clay eating stream again. I just had dinner. So funny. Still waiting on that Far Cry 5 stream one day. Yeah, I have the game. It would just take me some time. You know what? It would be funny if I just literally just had one of my friends sitting over there playing the game on the screen. But Far Cry 5 probably wouldn't. I'd have to like have a dedicated stream to that. If I do that stream, I better see you there, yo. Because it's not my favorite game. I think it's good game, but yeah. Do I have an Instagram? Yep, my Instagram is Pottery Demon as well. I've played Fallout. Again, I kind of like Skyrim a little bit more, but I played Skyrim recently. It wasn't the vibe, I think. I think Elden Ring's kind of spoiled every other game for me, personally. Alright. It'll be a little bit, though, so give me some time. I gotta finish the Year of Trees, and then I'll be more open-ended, okay? August 20th, not 10th. August 20th is when the anniversary for the trees every day is. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna be heading off here, okay? Have I played Baldur's Gate yet? No, but I'm planning on playing it here in this next month. Ooh, some of my hair, great. I'm planning on playing it this next month, but yeah, we'll see how far I get in it. All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys one more edit. So, goated 1.
For many years, I had a dream, forever mine, my little queen. Your lips for me, like nicotine, and in my head, din din din. Yes, baby, yes, I'm romantic and jackass. Yes, baby, yes, if you want, just kick my ass. Yes, baby, yes, I'm romantic and jackass. Yes, baby, yes, for you, shot glass. Wake up, my heart, wake up, my blood, wake up, my love, wake up, wake up, wake up, my heart, wake up, my blood, wake up, my love, wake up, my heart, my blood, my love, for you, for you.
There you go. All right, sweet. All right, I'll see you next time. Computer. Peace out, guys.